Cooking Up a Storm, sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.
We're cooking up a storm. Joining me in the Cooking Up a Storm kitchen today is Ryan Herrington from Appliance Connection in Moundsville, West Virginia. And Ryan, what are you going to be making here today?
We're going to be making sweet potato gnocchi in a brown butter sage cream sauce.
Wow, that screams fall right there. Maybe a little Thanksgiving sign. Speaking of fall, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Black November. You have a big Black November sale you want to tell everyone about.
Yes, so it's our biggest sale of the year. We're going to be having our best pricing, the best rebates, the best financing that we have. It's pretty much the time if you're waiting to buy an appliance, the best time of the year to buy.
So if you're having people over for Thanksgiving, you may need a new oven. That's the worst. You don't want to cook a turkey, right?
Oh.
And then the oven's broke on Thanksgiving Day, you're out of luck.
You would be surprised how many people come in the day of or the day before
The
and
day
say,
of?
I haven't used my oven in a month.
Wait, you guys are open on Thanksgiving?
The day before, not the day
okay.
of. Yeah. But they want it delivered on Thanksgiving if we can. So
Yeah.
But it's amazing how many people don't use their oven until they start to do prep for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So, go ahead of time. The sale begins November 1st, lasts all November.
All
You get some
November
deals. Even some scratch and dent items too, which are good deals.
Well, the scratch and dent items are always a good deal. I mean, this is the one time a year where the scratch and dent and the sale items actually kind of align up in price a little bit. But it's the only time of year that happens.
Okay.
So the scratch and dent, they're new product. They come with new warranties and everything. But they might just have a little scratch and dent, somewhere. Usually on the sides. We kind of hide those off with installation and with a magnet or something like that. Yeah.
I have a lot of scratch and dents just from use.
Well, and that's why a lot of people don't care. And it's a great value for our customers, honestly, to have. Most of the time, especially with the washers and dryers, they really don't care because they're going in the basement.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we're two old guys. You're going to make some old fashions, right? Sorry
Yes.
for calling you old. You're probably younger than I am.
Yeah, maybe. Probably. I think so.
We're going to make some old fashions. So old fashioned's bourbon, right?
Yes, old fashioned. So the bourbon, I also make my own simple syrups. So
Okay.
simple syrups usually just like a 50-50 of the sugar to water.
Yeah.
I do a little bit different because I add some brown sugar in there rather than just the white sugar. A little bit of honey, a little bit of maple syrup, some cinnamon stuff.
Some of those good expentive cherries you have in there.
Yes, you got to have the Luxardo cherries.
So
yes.
show us how you smoke it. What kind of wood do we have in there?
So this is, I believe this is
Hickory.
Hickory, yes. Thank you.
Even if it isn't.
It is.
Look at that. It's smoking. Well, I tell you, that's pretty impressive there. You impressed your guest with that. How long
It's
is
just,
it?
you let it sit there for a little while, but we'll do both here. Got to get the flavor into it a little bit, but, usually I do about, two parts bourbon to 1 part of simple syrup on this, and then I put a little bit of the Luxardo cherry juice in there as well. Gives it a nice little taste.
Now, when your oven's smoking, that's a bad thing. But when your old-fashioned is smoking, that's a good thing.
Yes. I like to get a little bit fancy with that.
Okay, and then you can do the other one. You want me to do this one while you...
I'll start ricing the potatoes.
Start ricing the potatoes. How do I turn this bad boy on?
Just hit that button. Yeah.
There we go.
So
and then just put the lid on?
Yeah, give it a nice little...
I feel like I'm an altar boy back in church here for the incense.
So we're just gonna rice these potatoes.
What's going on?
And I find this is the best device to use, honestly, is this ricer, because if you try to do it other ways, you're
Now
just
this
not
is
gonna have the
something I need to
consistency.
invest in. I hear.
Yes, it is.
If you're making mashed potatoes, just general mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving, I think
this works too.
handy.
Yes.
Gets rid of those lumps.
Yes, you don't have to start off. There's no blending, no beating as much.
Now, how did you cook the potatoes? You just microwave them, or do you put them in the oven?
So I roasted them in the oven for an hour,
Okay.
and then try to let them cool down a little bit as well.
About what temperature, roughly?
375.
375. You put foil around them, or?
I did not. I just kind of threw them on the rack.
Okay.
There. I have a nice GE double wall oven in my house, and
Oh, those are nice. Especially for the holidays. I tell you, if I had to redo, see, I have like a little side oven right there, but that little side oven is so small, you could barely put anything. But a double oven.
yes, double oven. You can
Those are great.
different temperatures,
Yeah.
different dishes.
Exactly.
Sadly, I think I only use it like 4 or 5 times a year because
But the holidays,
you have to.
That's when you're using them a lot. Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna have a drink of this. See how it comes out.
Ooh,
know if
mine's
you
still smoking.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I always say Nazdravia. That's Polish cheers.
See, I like it. I know you're not a huge bourbon fan, but
my brother-in-law's teaching me to become a bourbon. He taught me the whole when like you breathe out. If you're drinking straight, this is sweet because of the
simple syrup. Yeah.
But if you're straight bourbon, you breathe out. It sort of takes away some of that.
I never
bite
heard
going
that.
down.
I like the bite though. That's what it's there for.
Okay.
So so I'll start with the dough here, and I like to put the seasonings in first.
Okay, what do you got? You got two.
So there's turmeric in here, which is
the secret ingredient.
It is odd, but it's very good.
Yeah.
And then there's cayenne, some pepper, black pepper, and what else is there? Oh, the thyme. Thyme. That's a big one in here too. I think that's the biggest one actually is the thyme. So I'm just gonna get all that in there and let the sweet potato kind of soak that up a little bit.
That is gonna give it some good flavor.
It will, and we're gonna stir it up.
Thyme.
Turmeric is something I have started using. Turmeric and cayenne is something I started using with sweet potato a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from, but it does great if you're like roasting sweet potatoes too, just to have turmeric right on it.
Turmeric's one of those trendy spices. You ever notice how spices get trendy?
Trendy, yes.
I don't know why.
Well, when the old fashions came back, they used to be, nothing before. I mean, back in the day, they were.
Yeah, now they're new fashion.
Now the new fashion.
Yeah,
yes.
They're the new old fashioned.
So I get this thing is kind of ingrained in there, the spices, and then we're gonna go.
Like I'm drinking a campfire over here.
I'm gonna throw in some ricotta cheese, 1/3 cup ricotta cheese there. Get that all kind of blended in a little bit, and then this is mozzarella and I need to get it, and fresh grated Parmesan.
Okay.
Now I specifically use grated cheese because the grated cheese that you buy in the bags is not the same.
Not flavor. The flavor is lacking.
It has some sort of like thing on top of it, like some
coating.
Sort of coating. Yes.
Yeah.
That
well, it has to
be in a
preserve.
Exactly.
You know.
And you don't want that for this kind of thing.
No.
So I'm kind of just mixing this all around as we go, just to make sure it's all incorporated. There's going to be a lot of mixing this dough to get it ready for what we need to do.
And you could obviously do this a day ahead of time.
Yes,
And even freeze them, right?
I prefer the freezing method. And that's kind of what we brought some frozen ones today because I like to have them frozen, then dip them into a little bit of boiling water, and then put them into a pan with some butter and onions to give a nice sear to them.
Yeah, so you can even do this a week ahead of time. You got the dough ready, and you freeze them, and then all you gotta do is make the sauce and combine everything.
Yes, and I made some last night, and they were amazing.
Your wife likes these?
Oh yeah. I brought them to the store as well. Everybody seems to like what they are.
And if you come on down in November and buy any appliances, you were going to make everyone this gnocchi, right?
Honestly, I thought about bringing it to the store. I thought about having it in like little samples and stuff out for people. So I put an egg in, and then we're going to put in about 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream as well.
And you guys have been around for 28 years? In
27 years.
27.
In January, yeah.
In January. So you guys started in 1998, the Appliance Connection in Moundsville, and it's kind of interesting because that's when I first started. The station was back in 1998.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of duplicitous.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yes, it's we've been around for a long time.
You can wash your hands. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I'm going to be diving right back into it anyway. I might as well stop. So I'm just going to put a little bit of
That's
flour
the hands
in.
of a cook right there. Get a good close up of those hands here.
A little bit of flour at a time, and here's the thing: the dough itself, even after this 3 cups of flour, is still going to be a little bit sticky. But we'll get more flour into these things as we roll out the dough.
Yeah, you're going to put a bunch of flour here and dirty up the island.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I like to make a mess though.
It's part of cooking, right? You got to make a mess. Okay, so what we're gonna do? I guess we'll take a short break and then we'll get this dough out here on the island, right?
Yep.
I was the first in my family to go to college.
I was looking to switch careers.
I wanted the highest quality, but most affordable option for a degree.
No matter where you are in life,
West Virginia Northern Community College can make your dream of a college degree a reality, with over half of our students being first-generation college students and free tuition for many programs. Northern is the right choice for you.
I can go to college. West Virginia Northern Community College. You belong here.
Okay, we got our dough consistency. Ryan Herrington from Appliance Connection here is, he's been, look at his hands. He's rolling, he's the dough boy. Okay, so you're rolling it into like a snake right here, the gnocchi into a snake.
So yeah, I mean, you're gonna wanna get it into the flour a little bit because it's gonna soak up a little bit more flour. As you do it, already have one that's kind of rolled out here.
That's a nice...
And you want to make it all the same kind of size, both thickness and length sort of thing whenever you're cutting. I like to cut them about, inch, half inch, whatever. It's whatever you feel.
Yeah, and you want them evenly because while you're cooking, they would be uneven and would cook different times, obviously.
Yes.
And now some people will take a fork. I guess you're more traditional. Would take a fork to this because that helps with the sauce. But you don't need to do that.
You don't need to, and it's honestly it
time
takes
consuming.
a lot of time.
Yeah,
a lot of time. I like to kind of coat them all in flour too.
Now this would be the point where if you're going to freeze them and you're making them another day, you pop them in, right?
Yes. So usually I put them on just a tray and then cover them with some plastic wrap or something like that, just to make sure that they're nice in there. Leave them there for at least 8 hours before you do something like that. But
okay,
yeah.
Or make them fresh like that, and now we're gonna get ready boiling them. You got to boil, of course, and then we're going to make the sauce. Now we moved on over to the stove, and we have a couple things going on. We've got the sauce. First thing, though, the gnocchi that we made, we have boiling here for a couple minutes. Only about 3 minutes, you said?
Yeah, about 3 minutes. Just enough to get them a little bit unfrozen. Get ready to go in the pan to sear with these butter and onions here.
This is the sauce back here. We added sage and rosemary. This pan is where you're sauteing some onions, and this is where we're gonna take the gnocchi into that pan with the onions, and we're gonna sort of give it a little bit of a almost like a sear, like a steak.
Yes,
we're searing our gnocchi. We're smoking our old fashions. It's a good time.
Yes. We want that little bite on the gnocchi, because if not, it's just way too doughy if you don't.
Exactly. So we're coming up with a boil here. Do you think we should start? Should I dump these?
Yeah, go ahead and dump the water out there.
Give it a dump.
We should be ready.
Okay.
So we have our butter and our cream here, and our sage and our...
Very healthy here. Butter, the cream, heavy cream.
I mean, what's in a good meal that has to be healthy?
That's right.
Yeah. Everybody, we need some unhealthy meals every once in a while too. Our life's not worth living.
Yeah. My dad years ago, unfortunately, had a stroke, and the doctor told him basically if it tastes good, it's probably bad for you. But that's the bad part of things. But he's okay now. So there we go. There we got our gnocchi. Very colorful gnocchi with the see that up above there, the orange. Beautiful.
They are quite beautiful, honestly, when it gets together.
And we're gonna add this, dump this into
dump it in,
pan. Hopefully I drained enough water out of there for you. Before a little bit gets in, but so this is just going to give it a nice little sear.
Yeah, I mean,
brown it up.
I would just sear it up for 2 or 3 minutes at the most, just to
gives it that al dente.
You're just giving them a nice little bite. And could you get me the spinach?
The spinach.
The spinach. Here's
the spinach.
We got to make it a little bit healthy.
This is going to go in here or in the sauce?
Just go ahead and toss it in the sauce.
In the sauce.
Yeah.
So this is some frozen spinach, which is thawed out, chopped.
Makes it
nice and colorful.
Yeah, makes it colorful. Just like a cup or two.
I love spinach.
And honestly, if you don't like spinach, you don't have to use it in this recipe. And since it's around Thanksgiving, we're also going to be using some turkey sausage in with it, just to give it a nice little...
We need the turkey sausage?
Yes, turkey. Might as well dump it in.
Might dump it in, ground turkey sausage. I'm sure you could use pork sausage if you're not fond of the turkey, but...
Yeah, we're doing turkey because it's a Thanksgiving
and it is
Black November sale
than pork.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So this is starting, as long as everything's incorporated in here. You're looking at the Parmesan cheese, the butter that we browned, the sausage.
Okay.
Let's just incorporate it all together.
Let's do it all. Why not?
Let's throw this
over here.
Let's throw
that in there.
So let's turn off the heat
here. So you're just gonna dump
it all in.
And this doesn't have to cook long once you combine them, right? This is just. You're getting the sauce incorporated.
And you actually don't want to cook too much because you've already cooked the gnocchi twice.
You don't want to boil it. Yeah.
Exactly. So You've already cooked the gnocchi enough. You just want to incorporate it. But look how beautiful that looks. I mean,
It does. It does.
I mean,
It smells delicious.
It's fall-esque. It's everything you need here.
So
Wow.
let me take this. This
Yeah.
is a little toasty.
Yeah.
Maybe you can I'm gonna grab that other spoon over there
yep.
that I have. Maybe that'll work out. We could plate some of this. This is gonna be piping hot. So yeah, Appliance Connection. You're having your appliance sale all month long, in the month of November. Every November, you guys do this sale.
Every November, and it's
So-
the biggest sale of the year, guys. This is the time to buy. This is the time to get in there. If you
Christmas
ever need appliance,
presents, you know. Who doesn't want a new a washer dryer for Christmas?
sure, that's the perfect one. It's out of necessity sometimes, sadly. You know, you just gotta make sure that everything's working properly. Of course.
You know, that's the thing with appliances. It's one of those things that you sometimes you have to have it, right? But it's
You have to.
not that.
And they never go at the
Yeah, exactly.
It's always at the worst time.
Yeah, you have something else budgeted in mind, like we want to get new carpet, but then the refrigerator goes, and then you got to get a new refrigerator.
But we do service too. So if the refrigerator goes, your range goes, we can go in there. We can fix you up.
And a lot of these probably have warranties as well when you buy the
Oh yeah,
appliances. Yeah.
a lot of warranties. Yeah. Well, they have 1-year warranties, and we sell extended warranties too. So we're able to service you for 5 years if necessary, up to 5 years under that coverage. When we do the full delivery, haulaway service, we pretty much do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were the appliance experts of the Ohio Valley.
You can check out their website, Appliance Connection.
WV, yes, Appliance Connection, www.applianceconnectionwv.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just Google Appliance Connection and it comes right up. Because
Yes.
I did that yesterday and it came right
Ah,
up.
wonderful.
And
Love
you have
it.
a good website. So I'm going to give us a try. Smells delicious. What do you think? You're going to be the hardest critic.
And no, it's good. The flavors have melded together perfectly. It's always good. It's a labor of love, y'all. This is a little bit of a tough kind of a recipe, but it's awesome.
It's not a weeknight meal, but it can be. Because, again, you can freeze like a ton of this. And then that's the hard part. Once
That's
you
the
get
hard
all that, once you get in the freezer and you pop it in there, that took 10, 15 minutes at tops.
Exactly.
It's worth making the gnocchi from scratch. It's so soft. The gnocchi it melts in your mouth. Oh, my wife will love this dish because she loves gnocchi. And she likes sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
And if you don't like sweet potatoes, give us a try.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
This is superb. On the storm scale, this is a 5. The highest it goes.
Okay.
The highest it goes.
Prost.
Prost. That's
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a little Irish roots there too. So what are we gonna?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I don't know much in Gaelic. Yeah.
Two old-fashioned guys right here. Stop by the Appliance Connection. Thank you, Ryan, for,
thank you for
sharing
having me.
this
Yes.
recipe, for coming on Cooking Up a Storm. Stop on by all month long November, Black November sales, and if you're lucky, he may cook up some gnocchi for you, or at least give you an old-fashioned, right?
Yes. We'll take care of your old-fashioned needs and all your appliance needs too.
If you buy a fridge, a stove, a toaster, and a dishwasher, he'll come cook for you.
Yeah. And you'll have some rebates for a nice 4-piece package, so it'll be great.
Okay,
It'll
we
be great.
better get out of it
Yeah.
before I get you into more trouble. We're cooking up a storm. Check them out in Moundsville.
See ya.
Cooking Up a Storm, sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.